Instagram just rolled out 3 brand new updates for influencers that's really going to change the way the influencer marketing works forever. If you are a personal brand that monetizes through your relationships with brands on Instagram where you do posts for them, for product-based companies especially, listen in. We're going to dive right into my computer in a second here and take a look at these. They're not quite rolled out yet. Some of them you actually might be seeing, and of course it depends on when you listen to this, but they will be out very soon if you don't see them, so just sit tight and wait if you don't see them yet. But my name is Derek Videll. I'm the founder of socialbamboo.com. If you love today's value, I hope you like and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to catch me on the road, you can find either one of my podcasts, Social Media Entrepreneurs or Instagram Marketing Pros on the road for some extra values. Let's get right into the updates. The first one is called the Creator Portfolio. So as the name, I'm just going to read it. As the name suggests, creators can set up their portfolio pages and previous showcase work they've created and their past partnerships. So if you look at the images here, you can see this almost looks like a totally different profile than your regular Instagram one. It's like a totally different feed. And it's a way that if brands want to see if they want to work with you, they can just conveniently view all of your past work. But it's a way that it almost is more for the companies, honestly. It will help influencers who are doing really well too. But the fact that it provides this information to the businesses makes it so they will have a more insight on, if the influencer actually really does their job or not. And that's just kind of the common complaint in influencer marketing. I don't think it's nearly as common now as it used to be that the influencer doesn't really fulfill on their role or promote their product in a way that they want to, or they don't really like how they took the picture ultimately with the product. It just doesn't get delivered in the way they were exactly thinking. And this is a way that it also makes influencers know, hey, I better always do my best work because it's going to go on my creator portfolio, and brands are going to be very apt to check that out than they ever were. Than if they were just having to go through your profile and go through every single post. They're going to see a lot more of your work with the creator portfolio. So win-win for both the creator and the brands, which is awesome. That's how it ultimately is a great update, when it's a win-win for both parties involved, because a lot of them are helpful to some people and not helpful to others. This one here, the next one, is an easier way to use organic content in ads. So creators will get a unique code for their posts that they can share with a partner so they can create an ad with that code and promote the organic content / post as the brand's ad. So I'm going to read this whole little section here of what it will actually say when you see this feature pop up. When you are going to do a post, at one of the last steps, you have the option to turn on generate branded content ad code. And if you do, it says, share a unique branded content ad code with your brand partner to allow them to easily boost your post as an ad. When your partner uses this ad code, they'll be tagged in this post as a paid partner and will replace any existing paid partner. As an ad, it may appear from their account instead of yours if people are more likely to respond to it. This ad will be publicly listed in the ads library, and your ability to edit the post will be limited. So when you turn this on, you won't be able to mess with the caption after, and probably maybe even who you tag, you might not be able to change. It basically is turning over some of the permission to the company to use this post as they would like, mostly with paid ads. But it will limit how much you'll be able to edit it, which is pretty common and really shouldn't be a big deal. But it will make it so if they want to run this as an ad, so maybe they want to run it as a retargeting ad or as a cold ad, and they just want to use that image just as you did from your page with all the likes and engagement that are already on there, they can just run an ad from, like, they can promote that post essentially, and that ad will show up as either from you or as from that company in people's feed. So if they are a fan of you and a potential customer for that company, then they'll probably see it as you. But if they don't know you, they'll probably see it as the company, just whichever one they think is going to get better results. Ultimately, it's just a lot easier to turn this on than as it was before, where you had to grant the company permissions to access your account and things like that. There's a lot more steps to it, and this makes it a lot more controllable to just be able to allow them to control individual posts or not. So again, a win-win. So gotta love the feature. And then we are going to go over one more thing from them. Oops, I started a little bit lower, so it's going back up on the page here, is the ability to make projects discoverable. So I'm just going to explain this one. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's essentially just a marketplace for projects for companies to be able to make offers to you and you to be able to accept them through the Instagram app. Now, the way that this is beneficial by having Instagram middleman the process is it makes it so it'll be more legit for both parties, right? The influencer will make sure that the company pays them the amount they said. They won't have any complaints. They won't have to track them down for it. And then on the other hand, the company knows the influencer is going to do it because there's like some kind of contract or some liability that Instagram is taking by being the middleman. Now, as much liability as they're going to take is what we don't know yet. So I don't know if they're going to say, hey, if you don't fulfill the deal and the influencer launches a complaint against you, we're just going to make the transaction not go through. Like, I don't know if they're going to rule in favor of the influencer or the brand more often, or how involved they'll get. The more fee they take, you would hope, the more involved they would get in the process for making sure it's a fair transaction. But it just makes it a little bit more legit overall, makes it very easy to put the projects out there as the company and see who would be interested in it, or, you know, maybe just make some people direct offers and just get the ball moving. And it makes everything happen on Instagram rather than on Instagram or like with your emails, and it just keeps it all in one spot. And ultimately, they want to keep people on Instagram as long as possible, even if it be in the settings page, right? Not even on the feed where they could potentially see ads. Just keeping them on Instagram overall is still great for the company because you're probably going to end up back on the feed in no time anyways and looking at ads. So I think they're really just trying to take as much attention away from everything involved with Instagram marketing and influencer marketing for both the influencer and the brand that they can, and put it on the platform. And again, I would say that this is a win-win, although I could see there would be some circumstances where I'd see how much fees they're actually taking out or exactly how it works once it's rolled out, that it might not be the best way to do it, that brands might want to still collaborate with influencers through the DMs and through email on their own and not through making these projects. So that's why you're going to want to subscribe, because if that comes out later, data that tells me this is not a good idea, I will let you know. But as of right now, it looks like all three of these are win-wins. So thank you, Instagram. Hat goes off to you this time. If you enjoyed today's content, you know what to do. My name's Derek Videll. Feel free to message me on Instagram if you have any questions. Have a great one.